I'll be reading from my book, Small Gestures. This first poem is called Bus Stop. A stately old black man holds a plastic sack containing a porn magazine and the biggest jug of Hawaiian punch I've ever seen, the land of milk and honey.
This is good to start with.
Pretty girls. I purge on the page because pretty girls don't walk alone, shit, or drink whiskey. This next one, I kind of wanted to bring this up because I think it's very important. I was diagnosed as bipolar 1 when I was 23, and this poem, it happened about 2 years later. I had a suicide attempt, and this poem came out. I was in the hospital for 10 days detoxing, and the first day I was coherent, this poem just flew out of me. And I think it's really important to talk about mental illness and to talk about suicide awareness. Try to release that stigma.
Yes.
And check in on your people. You might be the safe space that they need. So this poem is called Modesty. Modesty. There has to be a sitter in my hotel, There has to be a sitter in my hospital room at all times. I have to piss with the bathroom door open. Fuck it. I want them to see me draining diarrhea or changing my tampon. They see me blacked out, incoherent, violently vomiting acrid green-black bile, retching on nothing left, cold, sweating, numb, tingling, blind, after teeth-clenching phobic IV changes and blood-letting needle stings. I want to leave the back of my gown half open when it's a boy sitting there. I want to receive a visitor and tongue and grope until we are wildly fucking in my adjustable bed, sending pleasure moans ringing through the sterile germ halls instead of pain. We are all uncomfortable. Small gestures. Susan is my roommate in the mental hospital, quiet, withdrawn, with tragic medicated eyes. I met her first in the smoking room. I smoked the one she offered, then returned to our room alone and lay in bed awake. She silently shuffled in and out a few times during those hours, then walked up to my bed and wordlessly extended her arm above my head, dangling another cigarette. Brad is 19, with a monotonous, obtrusively loud voice, every word uttered over someone else's. He is an institution-addicted know-it-all with awkward social skills, who spread a warm blanket over Paula, our newest, mute, depressed arrival, who is lying face down on a couch, dissociated and shivering. Ellis has a cataract in one eye. He only talks to himself, likes to count things under his breath, wanders the halls, and crawls under tables. As I was crying on the payphone to my mother, his dark hand reached down and placed a green pear beside me. This next poem is called Acceptance. It's about my grandmother and grandfather and my mother. There's one thing about my grandfather that I thought if you knew, you might hear the poem or understand the poem a little differently. He was born in Sicily, and at that time, the eldest brother went to school, and the youngest brother stayed and worked on the farm. So my grandfather never went to school. He came over to the U.S. when he was 18, and was illiterate and never learned to read or write. So this is called Acceptance. 1. My grandmother is dying. My shoulders are keeping my mother steady, her tears rolling down my naked arm. 2. We sit in warm, humid air, a glass door away from vibrant petals, long-rooted green, and thick, damp soil. My grandfather stands and disappears into the long greenhouse, leaving countless books of funeral arrangements open on the table. It's big, he says when he returns. 3. She is gently laid down and arranged in bed, legs straight, arms light across her chest. He sits on the edge, leans over her, and tenderly kisses her forehead. She slowly raises an emaciated hand and rubs his belly. 4. He is cleaning out the refrigerator, giving away all the things she liked to eat. We gather around the table, hands on our coffee cups, compliment the endless pastries her sister has been baking, look through old photographs, play with the cat and dog, talk about how helpful a hospice has been. He stands and walks to her bed. Her mouth is agape between two yellow, bloated cheeks. He drops more morphine under her tongue. 5. The corner is empty of her bed. There are phone calls, fees, and visitation times. We sit around the table, occasionally catching each other's eyes, attempting empathetic smiles through our tears. My mother reads the obituary to her father. He weeps. So in 2014, I checked myself into a 30-day inpatient rehab for alcohol dependence. And this is about a friend that I made while I was there. And the thing that was really beautiful about having that experience is you get to see people flower. They come in just as I came in, pretty much dead to the world and withdrawing. And within those 30 days, you get to see them blossom and become who they really are. And this is called MAC.
Yeah.
After you died, I dreamed I had only palms. I stared at stubs healed over, eyes widening as my phantom fingers did. I remember you, towering Alaskan, poppy orange-red hair, playing basketball in the chunky boots you showed up in. All us addicts herded outdoors, faces rosying in a rare, bright Pacific Northwest November day. I remember you where water rivulets crack ice and wonder how much of your barefoot body was blue when they dragged it from the river. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. This is about a great love found and lost. 19. You look so young when you smoke cigars, drinking the wine I buy. I'm always covered in white feathers when I leave your bed. Transcendence for Kurt Jordan. We lay in your bed without pants, sharing a spit-wet, beat-up cigar, listening to Kerouac's words by candlelight, laughing over wax accidentally spilled hot on my naked thigh. We camped on the beach in a mild Michigan January, sucked on chocolate, dreamed of mountains, swilled wine while sitting back to back in a dark graveyard, crashed on dilapidated curb couches, walked at night. You knocked on a stranger's door for me to ask for this pen and piece of paper. sanctuary, a hip rising to meet lips. The body recalls what the heart confines.
That's a great poem.
You're fine. Sitting on driftwood near an edge of Puget Sound, both our travel bags resting in the sand near my feet, I watched you bend down, bare feet, naked ankles, to pick through water-washed stones and shell pieces. I closed my eyes, etching your image, immersed in the sound of waves. New pictures. I saw a love for you in her eyes that I understood. I closed my own, lifted my swollen face, allowed sunlight to beckon childhood freckles. Hangwoman. A display of bones, the only thing solid in my starving grief. Yet some days I eat until pain, cup my belly distended, as if with the children I will never bear you. I had a dream I was losing you to happiness. I hang on its truth. This poem, I feel like, was a maturation for me and also a reclamation. It's called Iris.
Oh, yeah.
I have surrendered to finding my strength in vulnerability, like watching an iris's color intensify with tears, or the visibility of a bird's nest clear in a dying tree.
Yeah.
Heavy for George Floyd. Spring rain raged overnight, soaked blossoms, bowed morning branches, heavy with survival.
Yeah.
And finally, benediction. Amidst cold, isolated early nightfalls, atop frozen branches, birds sing benediction. Thank you.
That's nice.
Thank you.